Hi, I have started my movie recap channel named Movie Summary. Please complete 2,000 subscribers and I will upload my first video. In the last episode Hakuman came out and attacked Shino. Next we see the priests of the Kuhame sect. In their eyes some light shines. Here the commander and his men have also become worried, because they see something coming towards them. Then Atsuzawa sends a message to them. He says, Hakuman has awakened, and he sank half our fleet. The commander also panics as soon as he comes to know about this. On the other hand Hakuman has attacked Shino. Seeing this Ushio attacks Hakuman with his fire power to save him. But Hakuman stops this with one of his tails, after which it changes into Kuragi. Tora is also surprised to see this. But the very next moment Hakuman injures Ushio as well. Now Hakuman starts saying, even after hundreds of years your foolishness never changes. And after that his another tail turns into Ayakashi. But Tora could not believe it, because they had killed Kuragi and Ayakashi long ago. Now even Shino is unable to do anything to free himself, and he feels that he will not be able to win. On the other hand Ushio is with his mother and he wants to save her. Then his mother asks, are you prepared? Because Hakuman has broken the keystone that supported Japan when he escaped. So Japan will start to sink into the sea. Hearing this, Ushio starts worrying about all his friends, because he does not want anyone to die. Seeing this his mother tries to calm him and says, there is only one thing we should do right now, so we will go after Hakuman and defeat him. But now a news helicopter has also arrived here, because they feel that the movement here is not normal. On the other hand in a research center, the professor receives a signal about an earthquake, but the hypocenter is spreading, and they have never seen an earthquake like this, so if this continues Japan would not hold out. Now all the people who know about this news also get worried. Here the news reporter is above the sea. That's when some fighter jets also come here, but Hakuman attacks them and destroys all the fighter jets. Seeing this the news reporter is also surprised, and after this Hakuman comes in front of their camera. Now everyone gets very scared after seeing him on TV, but Hakuman makes the fear of humans and monsters his own strength. After this Atsuzawa also comes out of the water and gets worried seeing Hakuman, but at the same time Hakuman gathers his power, and attacks the island in front of him, because of which that island is completely destroyed. Now Atsuzawa was also very much scared and starts saying, a demon has awakened. That's when pressure starts stretching up at an unbelievable rate, because of which Akabane gets worried. But Goro tells him to keep calm. Now Ushio's mother decides to come to the surface, so that they can fight with Hakuman and defeat him. But when Ushio met Hakuman, he could not move at all. So he tells his mother, what am I supposed to do against something like that? Right now, let's just get in the Undine and run. But his mother says, we must stop that, because this is an urgent time when many people are about to die. Then Ushio starts telling his mother, more importantly I do not want you to die. I finally got to meet you, but if I fight Hakuman right now, I will die and you will die too. So it has got nothing to do with us. On hearing this Ushio's mother slaps him. Now Ushio gets sad because of this, and says, I just wanted to try your miso soup, but Asako hit me too and everyone forgot about me. But why everyone tells me to defeat Hakuman with my beast spear? After this, Ushio's body starts changing, and he was very angry at Hakuman, because today he is away from his parents and friends because of Hakuman. On the other hand Hakuman scares people and says, your fear of me is my strength. Seeing this Tora says, it has been a while since I have seen you, but it seems you have forgotten what happened 800 years ago. Suddenly Ushio comes out of the sea and goes to attack Hakuman in anger. Seeing this his mother tries to stop him, because he cannot fight with Hakuman with a heart full of hatred. But Ushio was very angry with Hakuman. He does not even listen to his mother, because he wants to kill Hakuman in any condition. He then starts telling Hakuman, because of you I have nothing left my friends, my house, my dad and even my own mom hit me. Ushio's mother tries to convince Ushio again, but he goes to attacks Hakuman. Just then he sees Kuragi, the one who killed Oyakun. So Ushio gets even more angry now. But then Ayakashi catches him and Toako also appears in front of him. Ushio is very surprised by this, because he had defeated them long ago. But Ushio does not want to lose to them under any circumstances. Just then Tora comes here and takes him with away. He tells him that each tail of Hakuman turns into a monster. Now knowing about this Ushio gets even more angry. He again goes to attack Hakuman. But Tora stops him and explains to him, you will never win if you are this reckless. Hakuman enjoys seeing this, because he has started destroying humans easily, and now the beast spear is also useless in front of him. He then says, At this rate I am sure the human traitor that I sent was also a beautiful sight. But Ushio does not understand the meaning of this. Then Hakuman says that his name might have been Nagare. Hearing this, Ushio immediately starts asking Tora about Nagare, because Tora was fighting with Nagare. Then Tora tells Ushio that Nagare is dead. Now Ushio gets sad when he comes to know about this, and tells Tora, "You took another away from me." Hakuman is happy to see Ushio in such condition and tells him, "Your partner killed something precious to you." Seeing this, Ushio's mother forbids him to pay attention to Hakuman's words, because Hakuman is actually trying to enter the hatred in his heart. Then Hakuman again starts saying, "I am sure Tora took great pleasure in killing Nagare." After this Ushio again asks Tora about Nagare. Then Tora tries to tell the whole thing to Ushio, but he was not ready to listen to him. That's why Tora angrily says, "Yeah, I killed him. I killed him brutally." Hearing this Ushio separates himself from Tora and comes to his mother. Then his mother says, "The one you must believe in more than any other is Tora." Just QQ then the monks of the Kuhame sect also arrive at Hateruma Island. Nigeria tells everyone, "This will be our final and biggest battle. We will not let Hakuman do as he pleases any longer." So Nigeria decides to bind Hakuman with their ultimate barrier. After this everyone gets ready, and Shigure decides to fight in a good way to help Ushio and him. Here Nakamura is worried about Ushio, because she was unable to do anything for him. Now Hakuman tells Ushio, "It feels wonderful watching you to be consumed by your hatred. But do you know, Nakamura is in the prison and your father is on the island behind them too." Hearing this, Ushio starts worrying about his dad and Nakamura. After this Hakuman goes to attack with his power. Seeing this Ushio tries to stop him. But Hakuman destroys the prison and Ushio is unable to do anything. Now Ushio's mother becomes very sad and says, "I am to blame for this. Because we met and he was stripped of the tension in his heart." Just then Hakuman starts saying, "Your significant other has been blown away, and your son is in such a state. So give up and release me from this annoying barrier." Hearing this Ushio's mother says, "So you have realized that we still have you contained within a barrier." Hakuman is surprised by this, because she doesn't have that kind of strength anymore. Inoue then appears in front of Hakuman with GMA, and says, "I would not forgive you." Now Hakuman understands that Inoue's memory is back. Just then Tora also comes here and Inoue recognizes him. On the other hand, Ushio is lying at one place. Then Guryu starts telling him, "Now you have become the same, because Hakuman took your parents and everything precious to you." Then Ushio says, "It is all Hakuman's fault." And after that he goes to attack Hakuman in anger. Seeing this, Ushio's mother tries to stop him this time too, because he cannot defeat Hakuman with just the beast spear. But Ushio doesn't stop and attacks Hakuman with beast spear. Everyone is surprised to see this. Hakuman then uses his power and destroys the beast spear in a moment, because of which Ushio is unable to do anything. Seeing this Tora is also shocked and says, "It caused me so much pain." Then Hakuman says that this is the end, and attacks Ushio. Now everyone is shocked by this, and Hakuman starts thinking that he has won, because he destroyed Beast Spear very easily and Ushio falls into the sea. After this we see that Nakamura has been saved, because the commander had given the order to save the civilian. Now they decide to head to Hateruma Island and regroup with the main vessel, because the priest's group had stopped Hakuman's attack, and saved that island from being destroyed. Now Hakuman decides to destroy the entire country. Just then Shino grabs his leg, because he does not want to let him go. But Hakuman starts moving forward with Shino. Seeing this, Nigeria and the others create a barrier and try to stop him. But Hakuman still does not stop and breaks their barrier in an instant, because of which everyone gets surprised. After this Hakuman starts saying, "You monsters and annoying little humans can just stay there. I will slowly kill you after sinking this country in a sea of flames." Hearing this Tora immediately goes to stop him. That's when Tokasaka also comes here with Kiryu and Kuin. Kiryu tells Inoue, in order to find out Hakuman's weakness, Tokasaka take him back into the past, where he saw Hakuman being born, and the grudge between Tora and Hakuman happened back 3,000 years. On the other hand, Ushio is going down in the sea. Now he feels that he has lost everything, because he was defeated by Hakuman, and the beast spear is gone too. Suddenly Ushio starts seeing Tora, after which he sees something shining. But Ushio does not understand what was happening. Just then Ushio sees a boy named Shagakusha, who was beating a man, because the man was talking about when he was born, and about the falling star that fell on his house. Thereafter Shagakusha angrily kills the man. That's when Ushio realizes he is inside Shagakusha's heart. because he was also feeling what Shagakusha is feeling. Now Shagakusha starts running away in anger. But no one likes him and everyone calls him the cursed child, because of which he hates everyone and he has grown up all alone. That's when Ushio notices that when he feels hatred, his shoulder throbs, and somewhere in his heart he actually enjoys this hatred. Time passed, but even while he is fighting, he is filled with hatred for both his comrades and his enemies. Now the people praise him, because he saved the country, but he does not trust any of them, because they all used to call him the cursed child. Just then Ushio finds that his hatred for others is the foundation of his strength. After this Shagakusha comes to meet the royal generals, but they insult him. That's when Shagakusha feels the bliss and the throbbing in his right shoulder. Now Shagakusha comes out, where his attendant Rama was waiting for him, and he also gets angry at the behavior of the royal general. Shagakusha then tells him, "The people call me a hero but fear me as the cursed child, so do you not dislike being assigned as the attendant to a man like me?" Then Rama says, "You were born under a shooting star, but you are kind and strong, so I want to be like you someday." Meanwhile, the royal generals start harassing a girl and don't give her seeds. Just then Shagakusha comes here and kills all the royal generals, after which the girl thanks Shagakusha for saving her life. Now Shagakusha also comes to the farm with that girl, where she was sowing seeds in the ground. She tells Shagakusha, "Just digging the earth up with a sword is vastly different from tilling it to plant seeds." Hearing this, Shagakusha asks, "What seeds are those?" Then the girl says that, "I do not know, but hatred will not bear anything." Just then Rama also comes here and Shagakusha comes to know, the girl is his older sister. Now Rama tells his sister, "Shagakusha is so strong, and all the enemies flee when he stands to fight." Hearing this Rama's sister says, "Then I guess when a battle breaks out, I will just hide inside Shagakusha's mouth." Then Rama says, "That's great. You will be totally safe inside Shagakusha's mouth." After this Shagakusha comes to Rama's house. Then he starts thinking, "I was born the cursed child, and I have lived my worthless life all alone ever since. I was feared by others and made an outsider, so there is no reason for me not to hate people." Now Rama's sister gives Shagakusha something to eat. Shagakusha likes it and he smiles for the first time in his life. The next day some people come to Shagakusha, and tell him that a scout has returned from enemy lands, but the enemy will attack tonight, so you will have to guard the central gate, because it will be a fierce battle. Knowing about this, Shagakusha immediately goes to find Rama, but he had gone to a nearby town to buy some things. So Shagakusha takes Rama's sister with him and immediately starts running away, because the enemy is a huge nation, so if there is a battle, their land will be defeated in a single blow, but he does not want to let Rama and his sister die. Hearing this Rama's sister says, "We cannot be the only ones to escape, because everyone believes that you will protect them." But Shagakusha says, "I know what they all think. They think I am cursed and that's why I am so strong. So no one believes me, and no one wants the cursed child to protect them. But you two are different. The others can just die. But I will save you too, because I want both of you to live." After this, as soon as both of them come out of the forest, they see a huge group of enemies in front of them. Seeing these two enemies attack with arrows, Niyu Shagakusha stands in front of Rama's sister to save her. But during this, Rama's sister gets badly injured. Shagakusha gets sad seeing this, because he does not want to let her die. Then Rama's sister says, "I am so happy. This was the first time you have said kind words." But after that she dies. Now because of this Shagakusha gets very angry and starts killing his enemies. Suddenly something happens in his right shoulder, and a monster comes out of it, who is actually Hakuman, and he says, "I am the light of darkness that has no shadow." After this he thanks Shagakusha, because he was able to take form for the first time. Hakuman explains that when I was born into this world, I was in the darkness without physical form. Because of that, I would possess humans and make them fight each other. But that was just no fun. So I wanted to personally taste the blood of humans and feel their fear. That's why I decided I would create this body. Then we see that some shining thing had fallen on Shagakusha's house, due to which all the members of his family died. And coincidentally, Shagakusha was chosen by Hakuman. Now Shagakusha is shocked to know about this. After this Hakuman says, "Your body was very comfortable. Your twisted heart that was filled with hatred from a young age, because of everything you went through, that hatred became my blood and my body." Ushio is also shocked to hear this, because it meant that inadvertently it was Shagakusha who raised him. Now Hakuman says to Shagakusha, "I will drench this new body in blood and cries of agony." He then immediately burns the entire city in his fire. Seeing this, Shagakusha immediately searches for Rama, who was badly injured in this attack. He gets very sad about this, because he could not even save Rama. Rama starts saying to Shagakusha, if only you had gotten here a little sooner, then this would not have happened, because everyone believed in you that you would defeat the enemy in an instant. They all wanted to apologize to you, because you did not hate them, but instead protected all of them. Now Shagakusha could not believe his words. Then Rama says, I want to become stronger, because I want to protect my sister and everyone else just like you. But after this Rama dies, because of which Shagakusha becomes very sad. Just then Hakuman asks him, do you hate me? On this Shagakusha says, yes I do. Then Hakuman says, since you raised me, I want to tell you some wonderful news, and says, you will never die. Shagakusha is shocked to hear this, but now Hakuman says, let us meet again on the edge of eternal time, and then he leaves from here. After that, even when Shagakusha fought Hayu in the land that Hakuman destroyed, but he did not die, then he traveled for a very long time. Wherever there were rumors of Hakuman he went. After some time he came to know about the beast spear that can defeat Hakuman, so he decided to obtain it, no matter what. Shagakusha went to that mountain, where beast spear was sealed, but it had been 800 years since then, and now his body was completely changed. Still he decided to chase after Hakuman for all time in order to destroy him. After this he directly tells Ushio, you who are in my head, it appears the time has come, but if fate grants it let us meet again. Now Ushio understands that Shagakusha is Tora. After this Ushio comes out of the dream, where he sees shards of the beast spear around him. Those begins to lead him upwards and Ushio says, the battle is not over yet. I will upload the new video very soon, so please like this video and subscribe to Ani Summary. But if you have missed the previous part, then definitely watch the video of the left side.